Mathematics paper 3 core specimen paper 2020 0980/03 Cambridge IGCSE 9 to 1 grades 9 to grade 1. Candidate name Anago Maths Center 00444. Total mark for this paper is 104. Use a black or dark blue pen. Question number 1A and question number 1B. You can press pause and have a go at the question. And when you're ready for the answers, you press play. Welcome back. The table shows part of a bus timetable. Yana leaves home at 10:50. She takes 14 minutes to walk to the bus stop at City Gate. At what time does she reach the bus stop? So she takes 14 minutes, 10:50 plus 14. You get 10 more minutes, it gets you to 11:00 plus another 4. So it's 11:04. That's when she reaches the bus stop. Part 2. She gets on the next bus at City Gate and travels to Kingswood Park. At what time does this bus arrive at Kingswood Park? If she is there at 11:04, that means the next bus that she can take is the 11:12 at City Gate. And that will take her to Kingswood Park at 11:50. So at what time the bus arrived Kingswood Park is 11:50. Part 3. Work out how many minutes the bus takes to get from City Gate to Kingswood Park. So you want to work out 11:50 minus 11:12 because that's when the bus leaves City Gate. 11:50 minus 11:12 is 38 minutes. Part B. Ivan walks 1.5 kilometers from his home to Kingswood Park. He takes 20 minutes. Work out Evans's average speed in kilometers per hour. We want to get the speed in kilometers per hour, so we need to change minutes to kilometers per hour. We know 60 minutes is 1 hour. 20 minutes is 1/3 of 60 minutes. 20 over 60 is 1/3 of an hour. Now, to work out the average speed, we use the formula. I've put it in the triangle as well below. You need to remember that formula for this exam. So students tend to struggle when they don't remember this formula. And when we mark the exams, I see this time and time again. You need to remember the formula for speed, distance over time. The way I memorize it is speed is sausages, don't talk. That's how I memorize it. Something which is funny, it helps you remember it. The speed is 1.5 kilometers. The time, instead of 20 minutes, is 1/3 of an hour. 1.5 divided by 1/3, it gives you 4.5. So it's 4.5 kilometers per hour. So part C, and part C is broken down into part 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can press pause and have a go at them. And when you're ready, you press play to see the answers. So part C, the scale drawing shows a map of Kingswood Park. There are 2 straight paths, one and one circular path. The scale is 1 centimeter, represents 200 meters. Yana walks along the straight path from East Gate, that's East Gate there, to West Gate. Sorry, from East Gate there to West Gate. I've colored that straight path in yellow. Work out the distance she walks. Give your answer in kilometers. So we want to measure it because the diagram is 1 centimeter, scale is 1 centimeter to 200 meters. When I measure it, it gives me 11 centimeters. So 1 centimeter is 200 meters. So 11 centimeter will be 11 times 200, which will give you 2,200 meters. But they want the answer in kilometers. So we want to change 2,200 meters to kilometers. 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. So 2,200 meters, you divide by 1,000, it gives you 2.2 kilometers, not 2 kilometers. It gives you 2.2 kilometers. Part 2, I circled it. Measure the bearing of south gate from north gate. So we start from the north, and that's north gate, and go around, and then we meet the line for south gate. So we want to measure that angle. And when you will use a protractor, the angle is 150 degrees. So the bearing is given in 3-digit 150 degrees, 150 degrees. And you start from the north and measure the angle all the way to the line that goes to Southgate. Part 3, the entrance P to the children's play area is 500 meters from North Gate on a bearing of 195 degrees. Mark the position of P on the map. So we need to change 500 meters to centimeters. It says 200 meters is 1 centimeters. 500 would be 500 divided by 200, which would be 2.5 centimeters. So we want to draw 2.5 centimeters, which we will draw there. I've done it there. It shows to you in that brown written there, 2.5 centimeters from that north gate. 2.5 centimeters. The bearing is 195 degrees. The bearing starts from the north, so we measure it from the north, and we want 195 degrees. And that there is 195 degrees. I represented it in this brown color there. You can see in brown there, 195 degrees. So it's 2 centimeters from north gate at an angle of 195. So the point where the gate is, I put it in brown color. That's where you mark the position. And we can call that position, they say we should call it P. So that's the position P there. Put it in the blue there, position P. Part 4, Ivan runs once around the circular path. Calculate the distance Ivan runs. It's a circular path, so the circumference is pi times the diameter. Measure the diameter, you get 6 centimeters. So 1 centimeter is 200 meters, and the diameter is 6 centimeters when we measure it. We measure the diameter from one end to the other end of that circular path. So 6 times 200 gives you 1,200. So circumference is pi times 1,200, which will give you 3,770 meters. Here's question number 2A, question number 2B, and question number 2C. Press pause and have a go at it. And when you're ready, you come back and see the answers. And check your answers as well. Welcome back. Question number 2A. The diagram shows 5 number cards. 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. Put 2 cards side by side to show a 2-digit number that is a multiple of 7. A 2-digit number. Multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28. So we cannot use 7 is a 1-digit number. So we can use 21 because we have 2 and 1 there. And we can use 28 because we have 2 and 8 there. Part 2. A 2-digit square number. Square number 4 times 4 is 16. So we can use 16. Or 9 times 9 is 81. We can use 81 as well. So I've chosen 16. A 2-digit cube number. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27 because it's 3 cube. That's what it gives you, 27. So there's 2 there and there's 7 there. So I use 27. For this one, we had 1 there and we had 6 there. That's why I use 16. And we had 2 there and we had 1 there. So I use 21. A 2-digit prime number. Prime number can be 1. 17 is a prime number. 61 is a prime number. 67 a prime number. 71 a prime number. So I chose 17 because there's 1 there and there's 7 there. Part B. Insert 1 pair of brackets into this statement to make it correct. If you put bracket between bracket for 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So that gives you 5 minus 2 will give you 3. And then you will do 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42 when you use bit mass. brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition, subtract. So you multiply first, and then you would add them. And for part C, write 60 as a product of its prime factors. So 60 is 2 times 30. 30 is 2 times 15. 15 is 3 times 5. I've colored it yellow because they are prime numbers. So we can write it as 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Or you can write it 2 squared times 3 times 5. Here is part 2 and D. Press pause and have a go. And when you're ready, you come back to check your answers. Find the lowest common multiple of 36 and 60. So use a factor tree to write the prime factors of 36. So that will be 2, 2, 3, 3. And we know the prime factors of 60. So we compare them now. There's 2 in both of them. There's 2 in the other in both of them, and there's 3. So we multiply those 2 times 2 times 3. And then we multiply by the rest times 3 times 5. That gives you 180. So the lowest common multiple is 180. And find the value of the cube root of 0.729. You put that in your calculator, you'll get 0.9. Oh, it's 9 over 10. It's question number 3. Question 3A, 3B. And you can press pause and have a go at it. And when you've ready, you come back and check your answers. Joel spins a fair 5-sided spinner, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Write down the probability that the spinner lands on an odd number. How many odd numbers are there? There's 2 of them, 3 and 5. So there's 2 odd numbers out of 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It tells you there are 5 numbers. 2 out of 5. It's a prime number. How many prime numbers are there? 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 prime numbers divided by 5 numbers. So it's 3 out of 5. The number 7. On the list, there's no number 7. So it's 0 out of 5, which is 0. Part B. The table shows the result of his first 20 spins. Write the mode. The most common is the mode. Which one appears the most frequent? It's 4. 4 has a frequency of 6. So it's the highest. The mode is common. The most common is 4. Calculate the mean. To calculate the mean, we multiply 2 times 3 plus 3 times 2 plus 4 times 6 plus 5 times 4 plus 6 times 5 divided by 20, because there are 20 of them. That gives you 86 over 20, which is 4.3. So the mean is 4.3. Part 3. Joy wants to draw a pie chart to show the results in the table. Show that the sector angle of the number 2 is 54 degrees. The number 2, the sector angle is 54 degrees. So if we look at the number 2, it appears 3 times. So it's 3 divided by the total, which is 20, times 360 degrees. That gives us 54 degrees. Because the number 2 appears 3 times, divided by the total number 20, times 360, 54 degrees. Find the sector angle of the number 6. The number 6 appears 5 times, so it's 5 divided by 20 times 360. It gives you 90 degrees. This is part C. You can press pause and have a go at it. And then when you're ready, you press play to come back. Welcome back. So for part C, Joel asked 30 students to guess the number that the spinner will land on next. This pie chart shows the results. The sector angle of the number 6 is 168 degrees. How many students guess the number 6? So it's 168 degrees. I've labeled it there in pink. Out of 360. The complete circle is 360 times 30, because there are 30 students. So you put the angle divided by 360 times 30, it gives you 14. So that means there were 14 students. Part 2, find the percentage of the students who guess a number less than 5. The numbers which are less than 5, the total angle you measure it is 156 degrees. I put it there in yellow. Measure this angle is 156 degrees. Use your protractor. So is the angle 156 divided by 360 times 100. Because we want to change it to percentage. And that gives you 43.3%. Part 3, Joy spins the spinner. 10% of the students guessed correctly. What number did the spinner land on? So what we want, 10%, 10 over 100 times 360, that gives us 36 degrees. So we measure the different angles and we'll see that number 5 is the one that has 36 degrees. So it landed on number 5. Here's question number 4, part A, 4B. Press pause and have a go at it. And when you're ready to see the answers, you press play. So question number 4A. A farmer has 45 horses and 20 cows. Write this as a ratio of horses is to cows. Give your answer in the simplest form. So we put 45 horses, 20 cows. You divide by 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So it's 9:4. Part 2. The farmer wants the ratio of horses to cows to equal 5:3. He keeps his 45 horses and buys some more cows. Work out the number of cows he must buy. Horses is to cows, 5:3. Now, if you multiply by 9, you get 45 horses, and you multiply by 9, you get 27 cows. So we had 20 cows before, so 27 minus 20 is 7. So he needs, work out the number of cows he must buy. He must buy 7 cows. Part B. 6 years ago, the farmer invested $3,750 at a rate of 4% per year compound interest. Calculate the total value of his investment after 6 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. There's a formula I put there on the bottom left. You need to memorize this formula. What I notice is that when I mark the exams or when we sit in the examiner's meeting to talk about how students have performed on certain questions, the compound interest formula comes up, and it's because students don't remember the formula. So when they get there, they're trying to make up something and they cannot get the correct answer. Those who remember the formula usually get the answer correct. If you look at the examiner's report, when students remember the formula, they tend to get it correct. So we want to put in A. A is the final amount, which you get at the end. And we want to get the principal. The principal, the one you invest, is $3,750 plus bracket 1 plus 4 is the interest. You divide by 100 to get it to decimal, and it's 6 years. Put that in your calculator, you get 4744.94, which is 4,745 to the nearest dollar. That's what they want.